Namo Amida Butsu. You know, there's always been a certain amount of drama when it comes to representing vegans and vegetarians in mainstream media. This has gone back to when I was a child. Vegans are always depicted as being this weird, new agey, hippie stereotype. Lately, though, due to the backing of the meat and dairy lobbyists, it's become a lot more vicious, a lot more misrepresentative of what a vegan is. A vegan is someone who chooses not to exploit animals for their hide, for their meat, for their milk, for their eggs. And I've seen a lot of instances lately of people in the media coming out and saying, if you or your daughter or son or any loved one is considering becoming a vegan, you might want to hear about this. And then they depict this vegan as becoming chronically ill and sometimes dying. And then you go and research who these vegans are, and you find out that almost invariably all of them seem to want to drink their urine, which is very unhealthy. But also they're not living a whole foods vegan diet. They're not being vegan, they're just being crazy. They're eating things that will most inevitably make them sick. They're not supplementing with B12 adequately, if at all. And a lot of these people, they're either full fruitarians or raw vegans, and they're just weird. They're what people in the past used to be called just crazy. It's very simple. It's not hard to eat a whole food plant-based diet. And what is that? That is starches like potatoes and mushrooms and leafy green vegetables like kale and lettuce and legumes, beans, as well as fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. It's a balanced vegan diet. This is a true vegan diet. Now, I guess technically you could eat nothing but corn chips and say, yes, I ate a vegan diet and it made me sick. Well, what was your vegan diet? Oh, I drank my piss and lived off of corn chips for a year and a half. And I became deathly ill. So don't become a vegan. Don't do a vegan diet. A vegan diet it can kill you. Well, yeah, if that's your vegan diet, it could kill you. What's your vegan diet that made you so sick? Well, I ate only crab apples and acorns in my yard. And I drank my own piss. What was your vegan diet that made you deathly ill? Well, I decided to eat nothing but dandelions that I pulled and mushrooms growing in my backyard. And the press, and that's fine and good. You always have nut jobs. You always have people that just for whatever reason, want to be just wacko in whatever they do or say. But what pisses me off is that the media will take this and give this misleading false narrative of, if you or a loved one are thinking about becoming vegan, you might want to listen to this. This person died on a vegan diet. No, they didn't die on a vegan diet. They died from being an idiot. They died from being irresponsible. They died because they didn't try to eat a balanced vegan diet. Now, are there certain cases where people can't eat a vegan diet? I don't know. I can. I'm speaking from myself. I have been vegan for well over 10 years and vegetarian for over 20 years. And currently I'm vegan. I don't have any major health problems. I mean, I get sick like everyone else, but I'm not weak. I'm not malnourished. I'm not underweight. I have plenty of energy. I walk 5 miles to work every day. You know, for a 63-year-old man, and that's my age at the making of this video, I do pretty damn good. But, you know, everything's about false narrative politics here in the United States nowadays. It's not about truth. Truth is very cheap in this country. Telling the truth, if it gets in the way of making money or getting paid by advertisers, it's easily dispensable by the media. And there have been a number of cases where the media will come out and urge people to be careful. You can die on a vegan diet. And then you find out this is a story of some nut that either ruined their health or died just being a total whack job. I mean, if you want to get technical about it, I could eat pencil shavings or sawdust, and it would be technically a vegan diet because I'm not eating any animal products. But it's not a vegan diet. It would be me in need of serious psychiatric treatment. It's like the person that eats ball bearings, or the person that eats Play-Doh or Legos. You know, yeah, that's a vegan diet. There are no animal, but it's not plant-based and whole foods. You know, it's like the guy who lives off of beef jerky and then experiences serious health problems or dies because his colon is crammed with a brick from eating nothing but beef jerky. The media will talk about the man being crazy and eating nothing but beef jerky. They will not say, if you or a loved one are thinking of eating a meatitarian diet, you might want to see this. That's not a meatitarian diet. It's someone just being a kook. But I had to make this video because this is just so damn frustrating. It's such a double standard by the media against vegans. Of course, at times, I'll admit, we vegans can be our own worst damn enemy. You have people who act crazy, like getting in front of the Bernie Sanders campaign platform to protest dairy, and women taking their tops off and pouring milk all over their tits. There are people who stand up and go to a steakhouse and stand up on the table and scream about meat being murder. You're all a bunch of murderers. You're all, not most vegans are people like me. Yeah, I'm weird. I mean, you know, I'm Joshin, the Buddhist vegan. I'm weird. I walk around with my prayer beads. I'm a Pure Land Buddhist, a Jodo Shinshu Buddhist. But I don't get in people's faces. Now, to a lot of, and I don't get into their personal space and try to force people to become vegan by hitting them over the head with a cabbage or a head of broccoli. Because common sense tells me that's a turnoff. That makes people hate vegans. Now, another problem is, to a lot of vegans, people like me aren't really vegan. Yes, I don't wear any animal products. I don't wear any leather or wool. I don't use or, you know, consume any animal products whatsoever. But because I don't get in people's faces, because I don't block traffic, because there's a meat truck delivering meat to a grocery store, or I don't stand in front of a truck bringing pigs or chickens or cows to a slaughterhouse, that doesn't make me a real vegan. I'm not doing enough. Well, it's never enough. With certain people, you're never doing enough. But for centuries, vegans have existed. Not just vegetarians, but vegans have existed. And you don't know about them. For the most part, there are a lot of people that don't get acknowledged as vegan because we don't want to be. We want to live simple lives. The reason I make this YouTube channel, Joshin the Buddhist Vegan, it isn't to shame or guilt trip anyone. It's to say, hey, there's another alternative to eating meat. And I don't attack vegetarians. I don't attack meat eaters for that matter. But I speak the truth about what I've learned about the meat, egg, and dairy industry. But you don't have to be a monstrous asshole to do that. You don't have to be like some obnoxious adolescent TikToker getting in your face and calling you names to get some kind of reaction, to the point where you sometimes get shot for being a total dick. I grew up around people who were dicks. I've dealt with narcissists. I was raised with a narcissist. I grew up with a narcissist. I've been around people who are so weak and pathetic that they see you're a passive empath, and they see that as an opportunity to attack you just for the fun of it. I remember once I was doing laundry and this dickhead came in, this very entitled jerk. I think he got off on drugs recently. He walked in to the laundry room and said, "What's that smell? What stinks? Is that patchouli? Yeah, what are you, a dirty, filthy hippie?" And it's like, what the fuck do you care what I do? Now, as I've said before, if you eat meat, eggs, and dairy, that's you. That's on you. I just want people to know that there's another alternative, and that you're not going to die if you're a vegan. But that's really hard to do when you have idiots and psychopaths presenting themselves as vegans. It's not easy. It really hurts the vegan community when someone wants to have a very dangerously extreme, unhealthy diet that they know is dangerously extreme and unhealthy, but yet these morons want to present themselves as vegans. And what's the deal with drinking piss? I don't get that. It's been proven to be not only unhealthy but dangerous. Stop it. Stop drinking your own piss. Stop eating a weird diet and calling yourself a vegan. If you're going to eat something dangerously stupid with no protein and no vitamin, no nutritional value whatsoever, or something that's going to give you chronic diarrhea, please don't call yourself a vegan. Just say, hey, I'm a nut. But I want to let you know this. It's not necessary. Being crazy is not a component of being vegan. You know, there are crazy people in every area of life, every job, every, you know, demographic of society. But it shouldn't be presented as the norm. That's misrepresentation, and I really don't appreciate the media doing that. And by the same token, I really don't appreciate you vegans who come out with these weird extremist diets that make us all look like we're batshit crazy. That's really wrong of you to do that. And so in closing, I just want to urge everybody, please, it's not hard to eat a nutritious, whole foods, vegan diet. Eat a nutritious, whole foods, vegan diet. Make sure you're getting all of your nutrients. Make sure you're getting properly supplemented with B12 and other necessary nutrients. Just don't go off and be a nut, okay? We've got enough crazy everywhere. On planes, on trains, in automobiles. We really don't need it in the vegan community, because we've got enough nuts and psychopaths and narcissists there too. Namo Amida Butsu. Be healthy.